Yesterday, Don Jr. started testifying in the New York civil fraud trial against Trump's organization. That will continue, I believe, today. Eric Trump is going to testify. That's always, Eric Trump is not exactly the smart one, for lack of a better term. And Donald Trump is really melting down. The New Republic has a good piece about this. Trump melts down as idiot sons are set to take the stand. The big takeaway here for me is how disastrous the entire entry into the political world has been for the Trump family. And I know that there are people out there. I don't think most of them are watching my show. I think they're probably watching other shows. But I know that there are people out there who believe that the Trump family is God's gift to the world, God's gift to business, God's gift to humanity and politics. And they are just being targeted because Democrats don't like how successful the Trumps have been in making everything great for everybody, period. I have a different perspective. Trump's mob connections and bully tactics have been known for decades. And one of the things that is an unfortunate reality or a fortunate reality, depending on your perspective, depending on who you are, is that if you stay, not that Trump was unknown, obviously Trump is a celebrity as well, in addition to being a business guy, but there is a sort of wall where once you become a public servant, your activities, your actions start to be scrutinized in a way that's different than when you are merely a business person. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get in trouble as a business person. Of course you can. But what happened here is that for decades, Trump has been running his business like a mob boss in a number of different ways. And he managed, although, I mean, listen, he's had problems using the charity as a slush fund and having it forced to be shut down. And he's had problems. But once he became president, the brazen nature of the last many decades of running his business was front and center. And it got attention because in politics, you very quickly make enemies. And now it's a real problem for the Trump family because the way they operated for decades is now coming back to haunt them because Trump chose to get involved in the political world. That's what's going on here. And now Trump is panicking. So the New Republic article, Donald is not handling well that Trump Jr. and Eric Trump are going to be testifying. And there's a number of different Truth Social posts that Trump has been putting out there. He says, leave my children alone, Engoron. You are a disgrace to the legal profession. Again, this idea that these are just kids, these are 40-plus-year-old men, and also continuing to attack the judge. Trump's already been gagged for doing that. Trump posting, additionally, however, the financial statement's values are conservative. Low. Mar-a-Lago is worth much more than $18 million. There is a 100% disclaimer clause on the first page of the statements. The banks and insurance companies were paid in full, no defaults. They all made money. There is no victim except me. Hours later, Trump was again up in the middle of the night saying, quote, someone else offered me much more. So what? Now they come up with something called disgorgement. I never even heard of the term. Witch hunt, election interference, Trump wrote. Trump then continuing to attack Judge Engoron by saying Engoron is crazy, totally unhinged and dangerous. Our judicial system has gone to hell, Trump posted. Any other person who engaged in this level of abuse of judges, prosecutors, witnesses and potential witnesses, court personnel, I've already said it before, would be in jail by now, pending trial for violating gag orders. That's the bottom line. Trump is benefiting greatly from his status as a former president and the practical difficulties of if you throw Trump in jail for the weekend, where does Secret Service go? What sort of facility does Trump need? What are you required to provide? And you know that any judge that says you're going to have to spend a night in jail, you're going to have to spend a weekend in jail, you know that that judge is going to get a deluge of death threats. So on the one hand, judges are giving Trump special treatment. On the other hand, they're probably also being cautious for their own sake because they know the holy hell that will be unleashed upon them if they were to jail Trump. Bottom line, there is a two-tier justice system, and it is one that Trump is benefiting from, not being victimized by. If you have a different view on this, if anybody else thinks that Trump is getting treated worse rather than better by the justice system, let me know. I just don't see it. If you sit all day long while you work and you've never tried a desk that can transition between sitting and standing, it really is a game changer. I've had an uplift desk for a while. I use it every day to record the show, prepare for the show, do my office work. I'm sitting at an uplift desk at this very moment, and I've been using uplift desks for many years. We wanted them to be a sponsor, and we finally were able to make it happen. Standing while I work helps me get the creative juices flowing. I feel more productive. I'm focused. I'm more alert. And it's also healthier. I'm just moving around more. My circulation is better, which is just good for your health. I use the uplift standing desks because they don't wobble. Totally stable, even with all of my show equipment on them. The build quality is just tremendous. And you can completely customize the desk by choosing from over 100 desktop choices, hundreds of accessories. I have a whole bunch of them, including a USB hub and a keyboard tray and all sorts of things. They have free shipping, free returns, free return shipping, and an industry-leading 15-year warranty. My audience gets 5% off when you go to upliftdesk.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is down below.